Do you want a full reference number? 646. Do you want a full reference number? 646.
This work party lifestyle, so prevalent in the first world amongst those under 30, is actually very destructive. Yet, in spite of its destructiveness, people call it the real world. Just think how we have made what is so distorted, so stressed, so full of anxiety. We've made that into the real world. And if someone tries to opt out of that, they're called an escapist. Escapist with a negative connotation. You're escaping. Why aren't you facing reality? But let's try to look deeper into the situation here. Who has defined what is the real world? Once we understand that what you artificially may call the real world is very destructive, very damaging, debilitating, then what's wrong with wanting to escape it? Example I often give is that if you're in a building that's on fire and someone successfully alerts you to the danger and you race out of the building onto the street, is the crowd gathered there going to taunt you, "You're escaping, you're escaping"? No, they'll be so happy that you saved your life because the crowd understands that you were in danger. But the problem with so much of what is known as contemporary lifestyle is that no one realizes how dangerous it is. By now, everyone knows the word mantra, a sound that's repeated. The precise meaning of the word mantra, of course, refers to sounds recorded in the ancient yoga texts. Not just any old sound, but precise sounds. The most famous being the Hare Krishna mantra. Sound meant for specifically rescuing our consciousness from material illusion. But now the word mantra is applied to anything that's repeated. So here's a mantra that's become very popular, and it characterizes a major portion of the lifestyle options in the first world. What is that mantra? Work, buy, consume, die. Work, buy, consume, die. Work, buy, consume, die. Work, buy, consume, die. Is that all we have to look forward to? And of course, part of the consumption is the party lifestyle. Often when I'm speaking to persons under 30 years old, especially when they're in their early 20s, I ask them, just think, you're 21. You've basically done all that you can do in your material lifestyle in terms of enjoyments. You've basically done it all. There's nothing more to look forward to. You've partied, you've indulged in sensuality, you've become intoxicated. What else is there to material life except do those same things in different places? As you proceed through your 20s into your 30s, you want more money. And what do you do with the money? You want a nice home, you want to travel. All for basically doing the same pursuits. Sensuality, intoxication. Different flavors, different ways. And then, at some point in your life, whether you want it or not, either you or your partner decides it's time for children. You have children, and the children grow up following in your footsteps. Work, buy, consume, die. Indulge in the basic set of pleasures that are known today. Why just known today? They've been known since time immemorial. Is this really something different? What do you actually have to look forward to? Just think the way things are these days. Again, the typical young person, by the time you're 21, you've done all the major hedonistic thrills that material life can offer you. Cars run out of gas, cars run out of petrol already at the age of 21. There's nothing new down the road. Okay, work challenges. What else? Relationship challenges. Still, the basic so-called thrills you've already done. It's not too much more to material life. We ask people to please consider that you may not be living in the real world. You very well can be living in the matrix of illusion. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is inviting you, drop the distorted world and find out what the real world is. The real world is based on our spiritual identity as part of the supreme spiritual identity. And there's a relationship between the two, the particle of spiritual consciousness and the supreme spiritual consciousness. This relationship is called bhakti, the love supreme. This is actually the real world. And the greatest spiritual technology is how you can be free from illusion even while apparently being within the world of illusion. That's the highest technology. And this is what we should become more knowledgeable of. This is what is actually our true destiny as a human being. Thank you.